So we are 5 months into 2021 and of course I'm on a no spend year. So I figured it's only fair I give you an update on how I'm doing and what will happen going forward, right? Let's get started with this video. Hello friends and welcome back to this money video. If you are new here, hi, my name's Yvonne and I make new videos every week, mostly talking about how to save money, make money and grow your money, as I am on a personal journey to financial freedom and independence, and I'm sharing all the tips, tricks, hacks that are helping me along the way in the hope that they can help you too. And that includes this no spend, no buy challenge. So if you are interested in these topics, then please make sure to hit that like button, consider joining our community by subscribing, and share this video with someone who wants to make a positive impact on their finances. Right, so if you are new here, you wouldn't know that I'm on a no spend, no buy year for 2021 after I completed a whole no spend year on clothes last year. And if you haven't seen my video on this topic, I will link it down in the description box below, and that video will basically give you a breakdown of all the rules that I have set for myself and why I've put myself on this challenge, especially as a former impulse purchaser. But I am going to touch a bit on those in this video, and we'll just talk about how things have progressed so far. So since we went into lockdown, I obviously started to see an increase in my disposable income because I wasn't paying for additional childcare services like breakfast club, after school club, additional activities. I wasn't paying for train tickets back to and from work. I wasn't paying for parking fees at the station. I wasn't buying lunch at the canteen at work, and I was definitely not picking up any additional coffees every single day. And to be honest with you, when I saw the additional money in my bank account, I was so happy because I knew exactly what I was going to be doing with it. I really wanted to start my investment journey, and I used that money to start the journey on a trading 212 account, but also to buffer up my emergency fund and my house deposit, because those were my two biggest financial goals for the year. And the more and more those numbers have started to grow, the more and more I really want to challenge myself to boost my savings, boost my investments, and just carry on this trajectory. And if you know me, you'll know that I like to make money saving as fun as possible. I love doing challenges. So the next best thing that I could do was to challenge myself to not spend on any non-essentials. Now, because I've already done this on clothes, I thought, why not try it out with all non-essentials? Which brings us to where we are today. So I think I'll start with all the wins, and then I'll talk a little bit about where I did slip up a little bit. So back when I started in January, I told myself that I wasn't going to spend any money on non-essential spending for the entire year, but I kind of wanted to review it on a month-by-month basis and basically reward myself for good behavior, and also readjust it if I found that I was struggling a little bit, to be honest with you. So I know that it's making a difference because now this time of the year would be the time where I would be buying like lots of things for summer. I absolutely love summer and I love to make the most of it. So I'll be getting picnic blankets, I'll be buying park activities, I'll be buying any manner of summer toys to keep my son going. I would buy summer backpacks. I'll be booking for like lots of different activities for us to do. And of course, I'll be splashing out on a nice holiday as well, just before the schools close and so forth. But I haven't done so. I vowed to use what I have and become creative in everything else, which is a habit I didn't think I would be able to shift. And now I'm even more excited about how I can make summer as creative as possible without having to just rely on spending money to have fun. So I'm really excited for that. So it's also all going well. I haven't ordered any takeaways for the last couple of months, but I have to say April was really tough. I don't actually know what was going on. Maybe it was like the erratic weather, but there were so many moments where I was actually so close to ordering takeaways. I mean, I would even have the whole meal added to my basket, but I would always refrain from pressing the order button. And to be honest, that has mainly been driven by the fact that there are just days where I feel really tired and I just wouldn't be bothered to cook. And so takeaway seemed like the best solution. It had always worked for me before. Again, another money habit that I had. But I decided that actually I'm going to shift myself from that. So the alternative was to use a little bit of my flexible food budget. So if you're new here, what I like to do is have a fixed portion of my monthly food budget where I buy everything we need. And then I have a small little of top up amount to basically get us the basics when we run out of things like fruit, milk or bread, which comes out to roughly around about an additional 30 or 40 pounds a month. So instead of spending like 20 or 30 pounds on a takeaway, I've now started to teach myself to just walk to the local supermarket after school and just pick up some fake away dinner options that I can easily cook at home, which mainly involves just putting it in the oven, right? Which is probably a little bit on the cheating side because I'm not really supposed to be buying non-essentials. We've got all the essential food that we need. But I think of it as, you know, instead of spending 20 to 30 pounds, I end up spending about 6 or 7 pounds and I get everything that we need and more. So it's not just stuff that we'll eat for that night, but we can use it for other nights as well. Whereas a takeaway would be only for that night and maybe leftovers for the next night. So I think it's a win in all situations, to be honest with you. Now, the next category is clothes shopping. Now, on one of my lives, someone asked me if my son's expenses are part of my no buy challenge. And in that live, I answered and said that no, they're not, because I don't want to restrict him. But instead, I've put his expenses on a low buy, meaning that if he wants and needs something, I won't be as strict on his ones. But I have continued with my no buy. I haven't bought myself any clothes. In fact, I want to do a declutter soon because I was just thinking I need some more summer dresses, but I know in my cupboard there are summer dresses and I just need to get them out of the box. And then obviously I can also try and get rid of as many clothes as I possibly can and start building on my capsule wardrobe. Wish me luck. I've got so many clothes. Then the other category has been like meeting up with friends. So I'm actually surprised that I haven't spent much money on this category because under normal circumstances, once we were allowed to meet outside, I, under normal circumstances, would have normally been going out for brunches, coffee catch-ups with friends. But because we're only allowed to meet outside and it's been cold, I've been limited to what I can do. And for the most part, has been only seeing each other in the park or going for walks and trails, which has been so much fun actually, and super cheap because you can carry yourself a picnic. So I'm sold on those ones and I would highly recommend it for children who love the outdoors. Oh yeah, the other thing I also forgot about is I'm even more confident at cutting my son's hair, and to be honest, it has been good for both of us because he's always been a little bit anxious at the barbers and that made me anxious. But now because I can do it at home, it's much easier, much cheaper, and of course I love it because I get to do his hair, save money, and of course I've learned a new skill. But in the grand scheme of things, it was a purchase because it's truly not essential, is it? Let me know in the comments below. But don't be surprised if one day you click on my videos and I've completely shaved my head. So let's now go to where it didn't quite go to plan and I made one huge purchase last month. So at the beginning of the year, my car kind of got into some problems and I really had to contemplate whether or not I needed another car. Mind you, I'd been saying for the past 2 years that I needed to upgrade my car. I needed to get a bigger car, but I was one, procrastinating at selling mine, and two, I was just not sure if I had enough money to buy another one. So I had this like cute little KA and I loved it because it was cheap to run. It had served me so well. I had it for 6 years, but this last couple of months it was no longer working. So I decided to take the plunge and just get rid of it and think about getting a new one. Now, if you've watched my bank accounts video, you will see that I do have a car fund where I save money, and over time this has got into a good amount. And long story short, I decided to use all of that money to buy another car. But I got myself a good deal because I bought it from an auction site, which I'm super happy about. And I even managed to haggle like a really good deal on my insurance, which means I'm paying even less than the amount I was paying for my small car because the new one is slightly bigger with a bigger engine, so it should be more expensive, right? Now, there is an argument as to whether this purchase should be counted as an essential spend, because to me, it's essential for me to have a car so that we can do everything that we need to do. Like I can go food shopping, I can visit my family when I'm allowed to, I can do activities outside. But the truth is, if I really think about it, and I really wanted to be on a no spend year, there are actual alternatives to all of those options that might be even cheaper than purchasing an entire car. Like I can do online food shops. They get delivered straight into my house, which I did for a couple of weeks. I can take Ubers to visit family, and of course I can use public transport to get to like parks and stuff like that. But to me, I've always found having a car essential, and it's just the convenience of knowing that I can do everything that I want without heavily planning for everything, without worrying about my son falling asleep in the bus and I have to carry him from the bus stop to our house, which is like a good 10-minute walk, and my son is heavy and I'm unfit. It's just not a good combination. I also know that a few friends are having barbecues and picnics. It's so much easier to go for these things when you have a car. Like if I'm going to a friend's picnic, I don't have to worry about, do I have to leave at this time so that we can get the right train and it's not too late? pay and I can carry him? How much is an Uber gonna cost me? Can I even go there? It's just nice to know that if I've just got a car, I can just pack my son and we can just go, you know? And we can come back whatever time without worrying about any additional things. So it's just nice to be able to have a car that I can go back and forth without any stress. So although I really shouldn't have purchased a car on my no buy year, I had budgeted for it, and to be honest with you, I don't regret it. But this has got me thinking about June and how much more I will have to go out. I've got a few friends' birthdays coming up, my birthday is coming up, and I just want to be realistic about what impact that will have on my no spend no buy year, because the truth is I really only have two options: either go see friends and I will actually have to spend money, or stay at home and not spend money at all. And had it been any other year, I probably would have been like really stuck to my no spend year and just ducked out and invited people to my home instead, where I could have. But I've not seen my friends and family for such a long time, and they're really, really important to me, and so much more important than saving money. Even though I am a huge money saving advocate, I just think human interaction is much, much more important. It would be a shame not to see someone just because of money. So I've decided that for this month and next month, or maybe just for the entire summer, I'm actually going to shift to a low spend year with a fun money budget. And that will give me an amount of money that I'm allowed to spend on different things, but still allow me to have a low spend year on all other non-essentials. And I'll review it at the end of June to see what impact it's had on my finances and spending habits, and then think about whether or not I want to go back to a no spend year in the autumn. But I'll do it on a month by month basis and see how I'm performing against that. I just want to be realistic, to be honest with you, and not set myself up for failure, you know? I've also talked a lot about starting my own veg garden. Well, a windowsill garden and a small balcony garden. And I've been contemplating and debating whether it really is an essential or a non-essential. And I just really want to get on with it, because I know it can be cheaper to just include the fruit and veg in my food shopping, and it's probably cheaper to do it that way. But I really want to start gardening as well. It's like a hobby that I've become really interested in, and I want to like just do it. And so I just really want to get on with it without having any barriers. So it makes sense for me to shift to a low spend year so I can go do some shopping and buy some pots and buy some soil, buy some seeds, and just start doing gardening. I'm so excited for this, because I bought some herbs in my last grocery shop and they're still going strong. So I really want to give it a try, planting some tomatoes and potatoes. I already have like a few potatoes sprouting and they're ready to go. So I really want to just go with the gardening thing. So if you want to see me attempt to grow some veg, then please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss that upload. I can guarantee you it will be a laugh. Let me know in the comments below if you are on a no spend year and how it's coming along for you, and if you have any tips to help me on mine, as we are a community who love to share all our favorite money tips. Also remember, if you are looking for free money, make sure to hit that stocks and shares link below, deposit some money into your account and get a free share worth up to £100. That's 99 potential free pounds. Don't forget to check out these videos which will show you all the financial tips I am currently implementing in my life that have saved me thousands of pounds. Thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you in the comments below, and of course I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.